In a gaming landscape of big, blockbuster open-world titles, one small game dared to stand out and claw into the popular consciousness. Stray was announced during the PS5 reveal event as a console exclusive and made its premise instantly clear. You play as a cat in a world of robots. Naturally, as someone who likes sci-fi worlds full of robots and also a cat lover, this caught my attention even amongst the reveals of a new Ratchet & Clank and a new Horizon. So when it re-emerged at Sony's State of Play earlier this year with a June release date, I was ready. And now, like many others, I have played Stray, aka Annapurna's cat game, and while I sadly don't have any footage of my cats reacting dramatically to the game like the rest of the internet, I do have opinions on it. Was this adorable cat game a perfect experience, or was it a nyan starter? Sorry. Before we begin though, I would like to state that if you enjoy what I make here on this channel, I'd really appreciate it if you could offer some support over on Patreon. Keep up to date with what's coming up next, get some behind the scenes info, and maybe the odd bit of exclusive content. And you help me to keep all of this going. Link is in the description. Okay, now for the actual video. I am very much a cat person. I have two, Kirby and Shadow, and personally find everything they do adorable. They are my little buddies. So naturally I have high expectations on how the cat of Stray is depicted. Good news is the developers of Stray are also cat people and it's very, very obvious. The game opens on our protagonist hanging out with his little family of other cats, and immediately you can have them play together, nuzzle each other, and ultimately curl up to sleep together. Then you discover the meow button and realise you can make the cats chat to each other. Chat to each other, if you will. It's French for cat. Never mind. It's intensely adorable, to the point where I'm sure this is actually illegal, and this cuteness persists throughout the game. When you meet the robots, meowing at them elicits different reactions from each of them, usually smiley faces or hearts. You can curl up and sleep in a number of different places, which results in the PS5 controller purring in your hands. You can cheekily knock things off shelves or jump onto a table where two robots are playing mahjong and fling the pieces everywhere. In essence, you are a cat in every possible way you could be a cat. And that leaves me feline fine. Sorry again. Stray is so much more than just a cat simulator though. This is a surprisingly heartfelt post-apocalyptic sci-fi story in a world after humans. The world building here is superb, from the way the robots interact with the cat and each other, along with the hints of what exactly led to the world that we're in. It's all told beautifully too, mostly through interactions with the world itself instead of big lore dumps. Because after all, you're a cat, you're not paying attention to excessive exposition. It's also really hard to not fall in love with these quirky robots. Their simple expressions, electronic voices, and endearing personalities are also lovingly crafted that they feel alive. It's a wonderful little world to explore, from the surprisingly cozy slums to the cyberpunk midtown. There's also an impressive level of scale on display here. Most of the areas are compact, and yet due to the cat's small size, everything feels so much bigger. A simple 3-story housing complex feels like a towering skyscraper, the slums feel like a maze, and the sewer tunnels feel like a cavernous expanse. It's genuinely impressive. In terms of gameplay, Stray is relatively simple and is best described as almost point-and-click-like. You mostly solve simple puzzles, do fairly basic platforming, and generally explore. But it works. The feeling of being a cat makes these simple tasks feel endearing, and exploration is generally rewarding, with the occasional side mission and hidden badge to keep things interesting. It's certainly not going to win everyone over, especially anyone looking for a more outwardly action-packed experience, but it makes for a nice, chill time if you're into that kind of thing. It made me cry! Okay, I'm gonna be upfront for the people who might be worried. The cat remains fine throughout the game. He gets hurt occasionally, but he bounces back every time. But there are some sad moments throughout the game and a deep sense of melancholy that sits beneath the cuteness. This is a post-apocalyptic world after all, and those kinds of stories are rarely happy. Also, the prologue section sees the cat being separated from his friends, and that was too much for me. So yes, it made me cry. That's the bad part of this game. What do you mean this sounds like I'm praising the story for making me care deeply for its characters and world? Okay, fine. Stray has a few minor flaws in my eyes, First of these is the way that jumping was handled. Instead of being able to freely jump anywhere, you can only leap onto things that show a helpful little X symbol above them. And while generally this is fine, there were issues at times where attempts to jump upwards led to me jumping downwards or vice versa, simply because the camera briefly looked the wrong way and made a different ledge the assigned one to jump to. It wasn't a game-breaking problem, but it happened enough that it slightly bugged me whenever it did happen. Also, the game is short. I broke up my playthrough into short 90-minute chunks, and even then it did not take me long to finish. The reason it took me so long to finish it for this video compared to its release date is because those chunks were broken up by being distracted by Power Wash Simulator and recording a lot of for an upcoming video. Otherwise, I probably would have knocked this out in a day or two. While sometimes a nice short experience can be fine, there is a sense that there's more to this world. More to explore, more to learn, more things to knock off ledges. I got really invested in it and I felt I barely spent enough time with it. And I did stop to explore things quite frequently, so imagine how short it is if you didn't do that. Stray is beautiful. Stray is art. A simple, chill time with some tricky sequences involving aggressive flying robots and these gross tardigrade monstrosities to break it up. It's not going to be a game for everyone. Some players may feel it lacks a lot of excitement, and that's fine if that's what you're after, because Stray simply won't provide that. Also, those likely to get the most enjoyment out of this are people who love cats, so if you're not much of a cat person, first of all, get out, you're not welcome here, and second, you won't enjoy this much either. It's very laser targeted to the kind of people who will press the meow button and immediately squeal with delight. And yes, that's me, and yes, I am a grown adult man in his 30s, and I am not ashamed to admit this. But because I am exactly the target audience for this game, someone who likes simple story-driven games with a little bit of exploration, someone who appreciates a bit of melancholy in their stories, and yes, someone who loves cats, I adored Stray. It gave me exactly what I wanted, the ability to be a cat for a few hours, while also hitting me hard emotionally. Stray was beautiful, and I already know that it's going to stick with me for a long time. It is meowvelous. That one really didn't work, did it? Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review of Stray. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and tell your friends about the channel, because getting quite a lot of comments lately which are saying like, hey, your video is really good, you should get more views. Tell people about it and it'll help. As I mentioned earlier, I also have a Patreon if you want to support the channel, and also here's some other videos that you might want to check out. So thank you for watching again. This was a short one, but hey, there we go. Thank you for watching. See you again very soon.